This is your Stevie Max Sports Show Sports Update for December 14th, 2020. We begin with football as the Detroit Lions look to bounce back following a 31-24 home loss to the division-leading Green Bay Packers. The Lions are now 5-8 in 2020 and 1-1 under interim head coach Darrell Bevell. In the win, Aaron Rodgers went 26 of 33 for 290 yards and 3 touchdowns, while his counterpart Matt Stafford went 24 of 34 for 244 yards and 1 touchdown through the air, but he did leave the game in the fourth quarter due to a rib injury. The Lions now begin preparing to travel to Tennessee to take on the 9-4 Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for MSU, the Spartans may have a decision to make at the quarterback position after falling 39-24 to Penn State on Saturday. Michigan State quarterback Peyton Thorne went 22 of 39 with 325 yards passing and 3 touchdowns while also throwing an interception in that game. The Spartans fall to 2-5 on the year, while Penn State improves to 3-5 and winners of 3 straight. And finally, in Big Ten football, the Big Ten has released its Week 9 crossover games, though not much crossover will be involved in this one. Number 1 Ohio State will take on number 1 Northwestern in the championship game, though. That game is noon on Fox, December 19th. Other notable games that day are number 3 in the West, Minnesota, traveling to number 4 in the West, Wisconsin, at 4 p.m. on BTN. Number 7 in the East, Michigan State, will travel to number 3 in the East, Maryland, in a makeup game from COVID-19. That game will be 7:30 on the Big Ten Network. And finally, number 6 in the East, Michigan, will travel to number 2 in the West, Iowa. That game, a 7 p.m. kickoff on ESPN. We switch to basketball now as the Pistons improved to 1-1 in the preseason with a 99-91 win over the New York Knicks last night in Detroit. It was a couple of second-year players for both squads leading the way as Sekou Doumbouya led the Pistons with 23 points, also adding 5 rebounds and 2 blocks, while RJ Barrett for the Knicks had 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in the losing effort. The Pistons now begin preparing to travel to DC to take on the Washington Wizards on December 17th and 19th to wrap up the preseason. For Michigan State, they're 6-0 after a 109-91 win over the Oakland Golden Grizzlies yesterday at Breslin Center. 7 Spartans scored in double figures in that one, led by Gabe Brown with 20 points. For Oakland, Rashad Williams had 36 points and Jalen Moore added 26. The Spartans' next game comes at Northwestern December 20th. That is a 7 p.m. tip on the Big Ten Network. And finally, Michigan basketball and Juwan Howard improved to 6-0 on the year following a 62-58 win over Penn State in Ann Arbor yesterday afternoon. Freshman Hunter Dickinson got the start at center for injured big man Austin Davis, tallying a team-high 20 points while adding 7 rebounds and 3 blocks. For Penn State, Isaiah Brockington had 14 points and 6 rebounds in 31 minutes of action. The Wolverines' next game comes December 25th as they travel to Nebraska. That'll be a 6 p.m. start Eastern Time on the Big Ten Network. From the Stevie Max Sports Desk, I'm Stephen McDonald. For more, search the Stevie Max Sports Show on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor Podcast.